power.
He's about to tear it up.
Season 6. There are 6 weeks remaining. Hello, fans! Earn an XP multiplier when playing games in the city by wearing eligible clothing items found in the pop-up shops
Game time. Let's get it, MP.
Time to change it up. Get your mojo back.
Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. Thank you and enjoy.
Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. So let's take a look at the starters for the Utah Jazz. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. And it's George in at the point. And for Denver, Porter Jr. and Gordon make up the forwards. It's still early.
Figure it out soon. You don't want to be tinkering with your lineups any later than this.
For the Nuggets, Jordan's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Watson comes in for Porter Jr. And it's Westbrook in for Brown. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kessler. Collins comes in for Collins. Clarkson's checked in for Sexton. And it's Collier in for George. Pass to Collier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Watson with the rebound. The Nuggets lead by 4. Now here's Murray. Launches it. Collins with the rebound.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. The Nuggets making a switch here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. Sexton's checked in for Utah. Jazz trail by 4. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Michael Malone.
And I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said, we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
To the inside, Collins kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Sexton. There's the drive. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
Here's Jordan. And here's Porter. Gets the 3 ball to go. Porter's got 5.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 5. Collins with a screen on Westbrook. Clarkson passes to Filipowski. For 3, Sexton. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Denver has gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Well, Clark, you look at Denver's lineups. They have a lot of size on this team.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of the polar opposite of small ball, BA. I mean, with Jokic in the middle and a lot of length on the wings and in the backcourt, too, this is a growing trend in the league as I see it.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Filipowski, covered by Jordan. Here's Filipowski. Down low. Porter with the steal. Here's Murray. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Porter against Collins. On the wing, Sexton. Markkanen sets a screen. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Out left to the wing. And here's Collins for 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Westbrook gets the bucket.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Jamal Murray, he's been the guy making things happen for the Nuggets. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. Then it's Filipowski, and it's Collins in at the 3.
And you got to applaud Sexton's work ethic on the offensive end in constant pursuit of his shot.
Here's Westbrook. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Pass to Collins. Now here's Sexton. That shot missing. Great D that time from Porter. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Here's the 3. Westbrook with the miss. Jazz trail by 12. And here's Collins for 3. Rebounded by Denver. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Brown's checked in for the Nuggets. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Jazz trail by 12. Clarkson finds Collins. To the paint. Clarkson outside. Utah with another miss. The Nuggets lead by 12. Westbrook into the lane. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
You know, Russ's aggressive attitude, always in attack mode, simply invites contact.
Here he goes. Here's Collins. Denver grabs the miss. Watson's got 4 rebounds now. Porter the pass to Westbrook. Back to Porter. And there it is for him. Porter's got 10.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Sexton passes to Clarkson. Pass to Collins. To the wing on the left. And Hendricks gets it to go.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. At one point, they led by 16.
Sweet move by Porter Jr. Getting around the contact and finding the hoop.
And it's Collins off the drive. Rebounded by Denver.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Porter's shot is off.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And here's what the Utah Jazz schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Oh, and it's Collins. That time on the assist by Clarkson.
And nice work by Clarkson, picking up the wide-open guy. He scans the floor and sees the opportunity.
Pass to Najee. Here's Brown. He's scoreless. Murray with it. It's hauled in by Collier. Jazz trail by 13. And here's Collins. Now Clarkson. No good on the shot. Westbrook with the defensive effort. Pass to Porter. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. And 6'10 with laser-accurate quick release. Clark, Michael Porter Jr. can make the game look so easy.
It looks to me like he's really settled into his role, and he's embraced that. And he's worked through his own injury challenges, so there's a level of perseverance and resilience and grit that he's put into his book bag along with that fluid stroke and his athleticism. He's become a better rebounder and a better defender as well. I really like what he's become to this point in his career as a player.
Denver leading by 11. Murray passes to Jokic over Kessler, and it's Jokic missing. The Jazz have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. And he lobs it up to the rim, and finished off by Kessler.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Denver has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Murray passes to Brown. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but thriving as a passer, too.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Watson, he's checked in for Porter Jr. Collins with a screen on Murray. George passes to Collins. Murray against Collins. Marketed from long range. Jokic grabs the board. For Denver, they've gotten 6 of their 12 attempts to go since the end of the first. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
KBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and absence of skill deficiencies. Ryan, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie.
Boy, the passion Westbrook plays with is infectious. He plays hard every second he's out on the court.
Collins with a screen on Westbrook. Collins passes to Kessler. 4 on the clock. The 3, George nails it from beyond the arc. George has got 5.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Jokic with a screen on George. With the 10-footer, Murray's shot is good. He's got 13.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
To the right side. Pass to Collins. George outside. The rebound by Murray.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Jazz trail by 11. Collins with it. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Shoots a fadeaway. Westbrook with the miss. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Collins outside. Pass to Kessler. Markkanen outside. George outside. The 3. Jokic grabs the board. The Nuggets lead by 13. Here's Brown. Back to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down hard.
There's just no stopping Jokic on the inside.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G slam cam. George passes to Kessler. Collins with it. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul. And so it's Denver in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early... Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm pretty worn out.
Yeah, you've been... And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Utah Jazz.
They're getting destroyed.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters... Completely new group here for the Nuggets. Collins, he's checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for George. Westbrook outside. Pass to Strother. Westbrook outside. 6 on the shot clock. That shot off the mark. Utah has gone 1 of 4 here in the 3rd from range. Hayden Watson is out there with Zeke Naji. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Strother in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 11. From deep. Rebounded by the Jazz. Next game against the Bulls at United Center. That'll be the second of 4 games total on the road for him. Markkanen sets a screen. It's Markkanen on the wing. Beyond the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Markkanen's got 5.
And the quick trigger of Markkanen is impressive. He's got such a fluid release, too, especially on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Jordan against Kessler. Watson passes to Jordan. Watson inside. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Over Sexton. Westbrook missing again. Utah has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Here's Collins. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 6.
And we think of Clarkson often as a scorer, but there, making the unselfish pass, just great work.
Pass to Najee to end the drought. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now. Sexton finds Collins. And no good. Excellent defense there from Watson. Here's Strawther. There's the 3. Knocks down the long J. Strawther's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And it's Clarkson missing.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Pass to Najee. 4-3. Here's Jordan. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. From 13. And there's Clarkson. That one's good. On the assist by Sexton.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Over to the left wing. Back to Westbrook.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Inside. Here's Watson. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Watson's gotten his second bucket.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Now a timeout called by Utah. And the Nuggets making a change here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. In the third spot, the Jazz.
There's not a whole lot to complain about with these numbers. I mean, they made a commitment to rebounding last year, and it was obvious. It showed on a consistent basis. They put great effort into rebounding the ball last season.
Collins inside. He's guarded by Porter. Here's Clarkson. That one off the back iron and out. The Nuggets shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Porter gets the bucket.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Collins outside. 1:16 left in the third quarter of the game. Right wing. Hey, from beyond the arc. Rebounded by Denver. Jordan's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Baseline try. And it's Denver with another.
This is what Porter Jr. does. I mean, he has this unique ability and effortless way of just taking over games.
Looking to end this cold spell. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
That's his 4th personal foul.
That free throw no good. Najee, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Good on the second one. 44 seconds left in the third. Westbrook, the pass to Jordan. Back to Westbrook. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Westbrook's got 13.
One thing you can count on with Westbrook, he is always in attack mode. That's 24/7.
They set the pick. Here's Collins. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
For your Nuggets, number 31, Marco John.
There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter here. Right side Watson. Out to the right wing. Pass to Westbrook. Let's go with a three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Denver Nuggets with an almost surefire. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth. They've got Jordan Clarkson. He's out there with Collier. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. Saric, the pass to Watson. And here's Westbrook. Westbrook missing again. Collins outside. Knocked loose. Pass to Hendricks. For 3, Collier fires in the triple.
Maybe not a natural born distributor, but Clarkson working to keep his teammates involved.
And it's Westbrook with the ball for Denver. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one. It'll be game number 2 in their 5-game homestand. Najee set to screen. Here's Strawler. In transition, here come the Jazz. And that one's good. Clarkson.
The total answer for this team. Clarkson on one tonight.
Well, the Nuggets shooting a nice 50% for the game. Pass to Saric. Now Westbrook. Saric a screen. Clock at 6. Westbrook taking his time here. There's the drive.
When Russ makes up his mind to drive it, watch out. He's such a fierce, dynamic athlete. A full head of steam, and he's cooking you.
Collins outside. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
Up top, Saric. Outside, Watson. Pass to Westbrook. Utah with the rebound. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds tonight. Clarkson finds Collins. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Holmes, he's checked in for Saric.
Number 14.
Clarkson for 3. Rebounded by Russell Westbrook.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Najee. Pass to Strawler. High arcing shot. Yes, it's good.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. There's a screen. Here's Collins. Tipped. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. And Denver making a change here. Tyson's checked in. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. 6 to shoot. Now Collins. Offline with a baseline jumper.
He's trying to find his shot. But at some point, you have to start making these.
Westbrook. From down in the low post, it goes.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Pass to Clarkson. Back to Collins. we hear about the unwritten rules of sports sometimes, Clark. What are some of those in the NBA?
Well, you try not to ever foul an airborne player. I think most players are really sensitive to that. Don't disrespect the other team. Be professional and sportsmanlike when you've got a margin of victory that doesn't need to be added on to. In other words, don't run up the score. Don't try to get numbers for the sake of numbers. Play the game, play to win, and do it with respect at all times.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Pass to Westbrook. Outside Watson for three. Utah grabs the miss. Collins outside. And it's Tyson with a rebound. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Strother out to the wing. Najee passes to Watson. Here's Strother. Soft touch off the glass. Strother's got 7 now in this quarter.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
The ball's knocked loose. Here's Tyson. Collins defending. Westbrook outside. Pass to Najee. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
Collins outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Hendricks from behind the arc. Strother grabs a miss.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Najee.
Well, we know what a skilled passer Westbrook is, but you still got to appreciate that dime there. Very impressive.
To the middle. To halt the run. Collins, no good. The Nuggets have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. Here's Tyson. Pass to Najee. Shoots over Collins. Najee, good.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Utah's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Collins outside. Clarkson outside. Nails it from 3. Clarkson's got 5 points now this quarter.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
And here's Westbrook. Pass to Tyson. The 3 is up. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Westbrook's got 6 assists in the game. Collins right side. And that one drops for him.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
Denver has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Westbrook with it. Pass to Strother. Drops in the layup for 2. Strother's got 12 points here in the second half.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Collins outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Peyton Watson. One constant in the NBA, Clark, the constant movement of players.
Yeah, and I think you've got to try to look at the positive side of that, the freedom that players have to play where they choose to play in many cases. I think that's the right of any employee to be able to go where they feel they can best optimize their individual and team situations. I think it allows teams to rebuild on the fly and get competitive more quickly. And I like that aspect of it. I don't like to see it overwhelming a season, but I do like the fact the players have that option and that freedom.
Here's Collins. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass.
So no problem for Denver as they get the win.
Even the best teams lose at least 10 games a year.
Tough game tonight. Get them next time. Win this thing so we can get some Italian beef sandwiches.
MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff members. Bulls fans, mark your calendars for Benny the Bull Foam Finger Day. Benny has a foam finger for every Bulls fan in the arena to help you cheer on your team. The perfect game for the entire family.
A reminder, we hope to come and join us for our training party. The first 1,000 fans to the arena will receive a team time. Arrive early with fans on the get inside our Betty the Bull and the Lover Bull.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was our national anthem performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. "2K Sports presents the NBA Monday. Monday Night Basketball is coming right up. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA, no one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what I, and honestly...
And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for that game...
And the Bulls... will go for a different look here. Zach Collins checked in for Vucevic. Smith comes in for Buzelis. Kevin Huerter, he is checked in for Dosunmu. And Jones subbed in for White. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Filipowski, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Collins comes in for John Collins. Clarkson, he's checked in for Sexton. And it's Collier in for Keontae George. Time to go courtside and hear what's going on with MP.
Thanks, guys. MP grew up in the Chicago area and was a star player in the Illinois high school system. I talked to him about those times, and he said I made a lot of great friends on those teams, guys that will be with me for the rest of my life. I love Chicago, and the relationships I have here are bigger than anything else. He's come a long way since his high school days. Let's send it back to you guys.
Yeah, I like his appreciation for Chicago. Thank you, D.A. That's great stuff. I'm sure MP's got a lot of fans in his hometown of Chicago, and in this crowd right now, cheering him on.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
On the way to CBA, introducing the second apron, limiting, Shams, what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron. The amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players, you're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
Fascinating.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Down low, picked off in midair. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Pass to Giddey. Now here's Jones, and here's Collins. He's guarded by Collins. The jump hook, and there's Collins on the assist by Jones. And now an 11-point Bulls lead. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Collins. They set the screen. Pass to Collier. Shot clock at 6. The three. Good on the three-point shot.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And Herter gets it to go.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up. Oh, amazing. Perfect timing there.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's an energizer boost heading into the next quarter. You know he's got to be fired up.
Kobe White, he's been feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Bulls. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Sexton is the point. Clarkson is in it too. Then it's Collins. Then there's Filipowski, and it's Hendricks in at the power forward. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. In third, the Jazz.
Well, last year they were all over the glass. Their physicality is what helped define their identity.
He's off on the first. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. But there's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pull in the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship, competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title, and you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Okay. Smith checked in for Terry. The Bulls leading by 8. To the paint. Here's Collins. Off target at the rim. The Jazz shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Offside Collins. Chicago grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And really an odd series between them a year ago as they couldn't get a win in either meeting.
Here's Jones. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jones has got his first 2 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Collins looking around. And he banks in the layup.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pec.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Smith the pass to Collins. That 3 off the mark. Jazz trail by 8. Clarkson outside. Inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
A brief check now of the stats for Sexton. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 5 assists and 2 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. The shot by Buzelis, no good. And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also a part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Collins. Out to Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. Tries a 3. Shot by Collins, no good. The Bulls leading by 5. Here's Buzelis, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got his 3rd assist on the night. Pass to Hendricks. Outside, Sexton. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Phillips, he's checked in for Smith. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Buzelis. Herder passes to Phillips. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And yeah, how about this team also following up their shots? Getting those offensive boards, also a key for their success.
Carter, he's checked in for Taylor Horton-Tucker. Herder against Collins. It's deflected. And here's Carter. Herder passes to Phillips. So Shams, when the league brought in that 65 game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA team and different accolades.
Yes, well said. Here's Jones. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Jazz trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Vucevic the pass to Phillips. Now Herder. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Collins passes it to Collins. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, tough-nosed veteran. Collins is no stranger to having to overcome aggressive defense.
Pass to Vucevic. Over Kessler. And it's Vucevic missing.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Here's Collier. There's a screen by Collins. And it's Collier missing. Chicago leading by 10. Herder kicks to Jones. Pass to White. From deep, Herder. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Collins with it. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. You certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
That trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. Bangs home the trifecta.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
It's Collins with the drive. And Vucevic pulls it down. Here's Chicago. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's White. Rebound, Utah. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
To the middle. Pass to Collins. Collins setting the big for Collins. Looking to get it going. He doesn't hit that one. Bulls leading by 14 to the inside. Here's White. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. White's got 12 points in the game.
You got to commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off.
So it's the Chicago Bulls sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Right back after this break.
Looking at the Bulls, right now a lot of teams are still figuring things out, shuffling rotations, and players are trying to get their timing.
And now how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Bulls.
When you shoot.
And that concludes.
And with the going with an almost entirely new group. Zach Collins checked in for Vucevic. Smith comes in for Buzella. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And Jones subbed in for Kobe White. Utah also making some changes. Collins checked in for Collins. Clarkson comes in for Colin Sexton. And it's Collier in for George. Pass to Giddey. Back to Huerter. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 15. They've got Jalen Smith. Trey Jones out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Collins in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Kessler a screen on Huerter. Collins passes to Kessler. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Here's Collier. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. He's got 10. So it's Chicago now. 17 points was their biggest margin. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Jones and the Bulls with another miss. Jazz have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Bulls leading by 13. Now here's Giddey. He's got 15. Jones, no luck. And Collins has got the ball here for Utah. To the middle. Pass to Markkanen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Clarkson off a pick from Collins. And that's good. Jordan Clarkson for 3. Clarkson's got 13.
Yeah, he's a decent threat from deep. And when Clarkson is on from there, it opens up everything else for him.
Collins kicks to Huerter. Now here's Jones. Giddey, no one around him. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Collins against Huerter. Collins passes to Markkanen. Back to Collins. Collins setting the big for Markkanen. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. Markkanen is a pure shooter.
Jones kicks to Giddey. For 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Right side, Collins. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Bulls leading by 11. Here's Huerter. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Chicago making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Pass to Collins. Here's Filipowski. He's guarded by Collins. Outside Collins. Over Collins. Shot by Collins, no good.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. I have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Here's Jones. 7 points in the game. Pass to Herter. Outside, Jones. Pass to Herter. 6 to shoot. Smith sets the pick for Herter. No good from outside. Jazz trail by 11. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Collins. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Outside, Jones. Back to Herter. Pass to Smith. Jones for 3. And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their shooting is... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Utah looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Collins. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Collier. Then there's Filipowski, and it's Hendricks in at the power forwards position. Here's Collins. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Herter against Clarkson. Ball from long range. Hendricks pulls it in. Jazz trail by 13. And here's Collins from outside. Kept alive. Shot's good by Filipowski.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Jones kicks to Smith. Pass to Herter. Outside, Ball. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebound, Utah. Collins with it. Jones covering. There's the pick. Collins passes to Filipowski. Outside, Collins. Inside. Shot's good by Filipowski. Filipowski. Filipowski's got it back down to within single digits for the Jazz. Jones looking for an opening. Collins kicks to Herter. Shoots over Clarkson, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Bulls lead by 11.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
In the corner, it's Clarkson. Back to Collins. Rebound by Smith. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 17 points was their biggest margin. Jazz trail by 11. Collins with it. Now guarded by Ball. Clarkson against Jones. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Terry's checked in for Chicago.
Coming onto the floor.
On defense, the Bulls.
Number 25.
Clarkson passes to Collins. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Collier. Another miss by Utah. Bulls leading by 11. Herter kicks to Smith. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Herter against Collins. Collins with some nice D.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Kobe White, he's checked in for Terry. And Utah also making a switch. Collins is checked in. Jazz trail by 14. Outside Collins. Looking to end his cold spell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Bulls?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And we're also seeing a lot from them at the arc in this one. Tonight, it's been all about that 3-ball for these guys.
Well, they have Jones out there to run these plays, to work the defense and open things up.
Outside Collins. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Stolen by Clarkson. Outside Collins. Outside Collins. Back to Collins. Down low. Kicks it out to Collins. Nice ball movement by Utah. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Nice job by Clarkson moving the ball there. His coaches would like to see a little more of that.
Chicago making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Collins. Dosumu comes in for Kevin Herter. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Trey Jones. The Jazz also changing it up. Walker Kessler, he's
Substitution on the court.
Jazz trail by 19.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Chicago.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Josh Giddey.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Jones, the pass to Collins. 32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And that one is good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Another miss by Utah. Now Terry. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams.
We all have our bad days. These cheeseheads are something else. Let's quiet them down.
All right, baby, let's get down.
Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. Thank you, and enjoy the game. We hope to see you at the upcoming Bucks game. You can get tickets tonight on Northern Resident. We have Bucks ticket representatives all around the arena. Just look for the green polo. Make sure to come out to our next home game. The first 10,000 fans will get a deck of over 4 pounds. You don't want to miss this.
Up next, the Bucks take it on. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar.
Look from Milwaukee. Bobby Portis has checked in for Antetokounmpo. Gary Trent Jr. comes in for Connaughton. And it's Porter Jr. in for Jackson. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kessler. Collins comes in for Collins. Clarkson's checked in for Sexton. And it's Collier in for George. So the Jazz 5 right now. They've got Collier, Lauri Markkanen out there with Filipowski. Then it's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Collins in at the 3. Well, Brent, he doesn't give you much inside the arc, but Trent Jr. is a sniper from deep.
Yeah, and Gary Trent Jr. knows exactly why he's on the floor, and that's to shoot the basketball. So continue to move, find open areas, wait for the ball, and then let it rip.
Sims, he's checked in for Lopez.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put two guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks. Lillard buries it down low. And the Bucks lead by 13.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Collins passes to Filipowski. Markkanen with a screen on Lillard. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Connects from downtown.
Clarkson draining one from deep, something he has to continue to work on. Stretch out the floor.
To the paint. Here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
And he dunks it down.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Lillard finds Trent. There's the triple. And it's Lillard with the three. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
And here's Collins for three. Rebounded by the Bucks.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Here's Trent. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Well, if you're not outside, you got to be inside. Nice touch by Gary Trent Jr.
Down low. And there's Collins on the assist by Clarkson.
The assist, Jordan Clarkson.
There's a minute 17 left to play in the first. Trent outside. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Collier. Jazz trail by 13. Collins outside. Oh, he tries a three. Porter pulls it in. And so Porter will bring it up for Milwaukee. Pass to Portis. To the inside. Here's Sims. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Bucks lead by 15.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Here's Filipowski. Here's Markkanen. Defended by Portis. For three, Collier. No luck on that one. The Bucks leading by 15. Lillard passes to Trent. Fires from deep. Outside for Porter. From downtown. They get it back. He shoots again. Takes a three. Sinks the tray.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Giannis plays the four with Portis in at center. Kevin Porter is out there with Gary Trent. And it's Green in at the three spot. That's the five on the floor for the Bucks.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Rebounded by the Jazz. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Here's Clarkson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Chicago. Back to Collins. Pass to Hendricks. Sexton with it. Just 4 to shoot. Fires high post. It's hauled in by Portis.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Here's on it.
He got his timing down. I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Collins outside. Clarkson outside. Back to Collins. There's a screen. Pass to Filipowski. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
And typically he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Trent. Misses the 3.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
The 3 from Sexton. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Well, Sexton's confidence growing now. Knocking it down from the three-point line. That's big.
Pass to Porter from the arc. Buries it from 3. Porter's got 6.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Inside, here's Collins. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
They kept the game close, but made a lot of mistakes. And we heard about it from the coaching staff afterward.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans, and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
Corner shot. Sexton grabs the board. Jazz trail by 20. Well, there was a moment after Milwaukee swung the Lillard trade where they were viewed as favorites to win at Albrecht.
That moment did not last long, BA. I mean, there was talk right before training camp because that Lillard trade happened so late in the offseason. These guys just never defensively got themselves back on the same page that they were at the championship level. And until that gets maintained, they could be in the middle of the pack.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Jackson comes in for Green.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
Collins outside. On the wing, Clarkson. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. He's got 5.
Now, Jordan Clarkson tries to be aggressive for most of the game. And when he's looking to score from the mid-range, if he knocks a couple down, he can be dangerous.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Porter's got 3 assists tonight.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at Indiana, they slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
You know, right now for Utah, they've gotten off to a sluggish start. Still trying to figure out how all the pieces fit together and get things running smoothly.
Here's Collins. Clarkson passes to Collins. Here's Collier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. Oh, and he missed the J after tricking the D with a nifty pass fake.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Antetokounmpo can't connect. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Collins. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Trent. Over Clarkson. And Trent the bucket on the assist from Antetokounmpo. Trent's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I just love the ball movement.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Collins. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Was that distracting to you?
Not really, B.A. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, it sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Lillard comes in for Porter Jr. Pass to Jackson. Now Lillard, the 3 ball. Hits a 3-pointer. Lillard's got 8 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Collins outside. Collins with a screen on Jackson. And here's Collins. And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last. Taking a look back at last season, the team leaders in rebounding. In the 3rd spot, the Jazz.
And they were so awesome last year on the boards, blocking out, maintaining position, and finishing off possessions with the rebound. They are physical, and that effort afforded them a ton of extra possessions.
Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 13-5 run. Jackson outside. Back to Lillard. Connaughton outside. The 3. Rebound, Utah. It's the last meeting in a 4-game road trip. Pass to Collins. Kessler, a screen on Antetokounmpo. And he's going for the goal!
Oh, man.
Nobody is stopping that.
Way up there in the rafters.
Insane!
What a finish!
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Here's Lillard. Collins with the rebound.
Well, that mid-range J usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And Collins gets double teamed. Here's Kessler. Out to the right wing. For 3, Collier. Counted from distance. Collier's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that. So much for the defense.
Antetokounmpo outside. Jackson finds Lillard. Now here's Lopez. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Connaughton against Collins. Here's what Utah has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up, but quality opponents are a great chance for you to see how well your team can truly perform.
Bobby Portis has checked in for the Bucks, and that one drops.
That's just too easy. You got to get Lillard to put it down.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, and we might see some changes. And so it's Milwaukee liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation.
All right, let's turn now to... Thanks for joining us. Time...
Just about ready. Switch here. Porter Jr.'s checked in. Collins, he's checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for George. Here's Collins. No luck on that one. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
So the Utah 5 right now. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. Walker Kessler out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Collins in at the 3, the small forward. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you.
And no matter the situation, you know Lillard is going to show up in the box score, one of the best scorers I've seen.
For 3, Collins. Oh, trying his luck from deep. That won't go either for Collins.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Lopez, the screen on Clarkson. Porter gets the bucket.
Yeah, incredible range. Porter Jr. can cash you in from distance. He certainly did there.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Collins passes to Sexton. Back to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Collins with another miss.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
And that one's good. Lillard.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Now Collins on the wing. Sexton. They still need this. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
And here's Porter outside. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one. And for the Jazz, they're shooting 36% for the game. Not great. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Bucks. So Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Livingston comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Green's checked in for Jackson. And it's Gary Trent Jr. in for Lillard. Collier, he's checked in for Utah. Pass to Trent. Takes the 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Down low. On the wing, Clarkson. Over Trent. Utah with another miss.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And it's Utah with the ball. Here's Collier. Markkanen outside. Lets the three fly. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
And Markkanen has really found a great flow. The defense hasn't had an answer for it.
Now here's Porter. He's got 12. Trent from long range. Drops in the 3. Trent's got 11 points.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
To the inside. And stolen by Green. In transition. Here come the Bucks.
And such a threat with the basketball. Porter Jr. gets those fouls often.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out. They're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
And the Bucks making a change here. Smith's checked in. Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Hendricks comes in for Larry Markkanen. For 3, Smith. That one no good. Here's Collins. Porter pulls it in. Well, the Bucks shooting 55% for the game so far. On the wing, Porter. Fires for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Porter's got 10 points here in the second half.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Milwaukee has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. Misses from close range. And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Here's Collier. Off the left rim and out.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And for Utah, they're shooting just 34% so far in this one. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Collins outside. Here's the pick. To the wing, right side. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Bucks ball. Coming out of the floor for your Bucks, number 7, Chris Robinson.
And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Bobby Portis.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got Bobby Portis. Gary Trent is out there with Kevin Porter. Then it's Green, and it's Livingston in at the power forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Here's Livingston. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Livingston's got his first points of the game.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
For 3, Collins. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Porter's shot is off. Collins against Porter. There's a screen. Pass to Hendricks. Collins outside. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. The Bucks shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. Trent's shot is off. Utah has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Green against Collins. Hey, expanding his range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Portis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And the basket by Trent.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Collins, high post, working on Green. And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson bringing it up to the 10.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. That one's good from Green, and the assist from Trent.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Looking to get it going. Collins. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Trent for 3. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
And this is Trent's shot right here, which is why the defense has to be better at knowing how to guard him.
And here's Collins for 3. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pass to Porter. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Sims, he's checked in for Livingston. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Graham?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
Trent, the pass to Green. Here's Sims. He's covered by Clarkson. From 12 feet, 4 on the clock. The Jazz shooting just around 32% from the field. Pass to Collins. And the shot goes in.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Portis outside. Outside, Green. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Porter's got his 5th assist in this one.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
Trent, the pass to Portis. Outside, Green. Pass to Porter. Rebound, Utah. Filipowski's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Collins. Three-pointer. Collins with another miss.
Trying to end this thing with some big threes, but the accuracy just isn't there tonight.
Outside for Green. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Pass to Collins. Well, Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A., and the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. And after this game wraps up, they're off to New York to take on the Knicks. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Count it.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Milwaukee's gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Outside, Green. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Porter's got assist number 7 tonight. For Utah, they've gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. They set a pick. For 3, Collins. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Porter looks it over. Pass to Sims. Now here's Trent. And he lobs it up top. Here's Collier. Here's Clarkson. Count the basket.
You got to bring more fire than that to stop Clarkson. He's a pro at fending off tight defense.
Milwaukee has gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. Pass to Trent. Over Clarkson. And Trent the bucket on the assist by Porter. Porter's got 8 assists here tonight. The Jazz have gone just 6 of 14 in this final quarter. And out of bounds, the Bucks. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. Well,
Sometimes the shots just don't fall. How's your dog doing?
He's good. He's just got out of that puppy stage, so it's nice to have him be a little more chill around the house.
I remember my dog was bad injury.
So what happened to the lady that
Yeah, she kept asking for selfies and autographs.
That's gotta be frowned upon.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, summer planning? Yes, staying home.
Get the shower. Wash it off. I hate the Spurs. Make sure you win tonight or it's a long flight. You're about to go off.
And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this? first part of the season.
And Kevin, if I were a head coach,
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Filipowski, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Collins comes in for Collins. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. And it's Collier in for Keontae George. And one thing to note, MP has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
And MP knows he's got some ground to make up to achieve that goal. He hasn't been having the stellar season that most planned, but he's got time to turn it around and start being the rookie leader he wants to be.
So on the floor for Utah, they've got Markkanen, Collier out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Filipowski, and it's Collins in at the small forward position. Back to Barnes. The three ball connects from three-point range. Barnes has got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
He's a dangerous shooter from deep. Barnes can hit some big shots out there.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich and I talked for a few minutes. He talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter. And he moves extremely well for his size. His team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And for the Jazz, they're shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Outside Collins. 1:58 left to play in the first. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Last time they met was in Utah where they beat the Jazz.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Yeah, the reserves added another dimension to their offense, and the opposition had no answers on how to slow them down.
Fires from deep. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Nice job by Clarkson moving the ball there. His coaches would like to see a little more of that.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, Lauri Markkanen had said all along he was content to stay in Utah. And after signing a contract extension, he remains with the Jazz. He turns 28 in May, so he's just entering his prime. There's plenty of runway left if the Jazz think he can guide them back to the playoff mix. And with the timing of when Markkanen signed his extension, he is not trade eligible during this season.
Johns, we really appreciate the update. We know how detailed you are. Thanks so much. Broke loose. Stolen by Markkanen. Pass to Collier. Jazz passing it around. Clarkson passes to Collins. Clock at 6. Here's Collier. From deep. And it's Mamukelashvili with the rebound. Wesley with the ball. Pass to Castle. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. He notched 8 points. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep watching them.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Sexton is the point. Clarkson is in at 2. Then there's Filipowski. Then it's Collins. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Barnes against Sexton. Sexton grabs the board. Sexton's got 6 rebounds in the game. And here's Collins from outside. San Antonio with the rebound. Barnes has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Vassell outside. Sinks the triple. Vassell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Collins dishes to Clarkson. The 3. Another miss by Utah.
Credit to him for trying to get that 3 right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Branham, the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Pass to Vassell. Shoots over Clarkson, and the basket by Vassell. And it's an 8-point Spurs lead.
Great setup for Vassell, who does not waste the chances to get off a quick shot.
Sexton, the pass to Collins. They need this. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
Here's Branham. Still yet to score. Here's Barnes. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Spurs leading by 8. Vassell, the bounce pass. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Filipowski. That's his first foul. Spurs making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. About 3 minutes played.